Hey guys, this is Yunshan, and today I want to talk about a Joseki, the three space extension in a Joseki that used to be really popular before, but recently, we haven't seen a lot of high down players or professional players play it that often anymore. And today, I kind of want to discuss, why is it like not getting that much popularity recently, and and what's wrong, with the three space extension. So it's not gonna be like a game review, but rather I'm gonna kind of do a exploration and discussion about a modern Joseki that hasn't been doing too well recently. So let's take a look at the board. So as we have seen in many games, the three space extension over here used to be really popular, perhaps even more popular than this before. But recently, probably in the past few years, you haven't really seen a lot of high down players or professional players play this on a regular in a regular opening, right? Usually, professional players either play the far extension or the even some short extension, right? But the thing is that you haven't seen this variation that much anymore. So I kind of want to talk about what happened to this variation, right? So basically, this three space extension seems to be really solid, right? Because you have a connection over here, but actually, this shape is actually not as strong as you think it is. So let's just look at this whole board, for example, right? Black's move over here is actually really big, and it's kind of obvious that black will play here because it developed the influence on the top, and it will also be a tremendously big move for white, because this move not only does it expand but also threaten to approach over here, right? So this move is no doubt the biggest point on the board. So when black plays here, the question is, should white tanuki? Well, let's just say if white tanuki, right? So what can black do with the three space extension over here? Probably many of you guys would say, black should invade, right? Yeah, definitely, black could invade, and that is one of the strong follow-up move after black has some pincers over here. So this is definitely a good candidate move. But except the problem with the move right here is that although it could undermine white's base on the bottom, right? But if white simply attach, then black is indeed able to destroy white's territory. But if you look at white's shape on the outside, right, it's actually pretty strong because these stones are pretty well connected and they're relatively strong. And then now it's white's turn, so white can just play here, to strengthen these stones. So all black did was that black undermined white's base, right? So black just got some points and destroyed some points. But if you look at the entire white's shape, white's actually pretty comfortable because it has such a large surface area towards the center, right? But black's potential got reduced a little bit when white plays here. So the invasion over here is definitely doable for black. But if white simply attached, the result will also be acceptable for white. Like white wouldn't be too upset about it, right? So black actually has a much stronger move, especially in this situation, than the invasion here. And that move may seem like a surprise to many of you guys. It actually was a surprise to me when I first saw it a couple years ago, but it was kind of hard to think of. So, and that is black's move over here. Yeah, so if you've seen this for the first time, like I did when I saw this 2 years ago, then it could come up as a big surprise. So first, when black plays here, if the white player never seen this move before, right? Then white could have a really hard time to to understand the meaning of this move, because it seems like you're trying to reduce white's position, right? So you're just reducing white's position when you could have invaded. So it's like, why would you play here, right? Well, the thing with this move is that it's really straightforward. Like, white has two responses. You either block this way or you block this way, right? So for the white player, you have to be really careful about it. If you block here, black will play here, white Hane, black plays here. So as you can see, black exchanged moves on the outside with white's move on the inside, right? So that is a big difference from the variation where black invaded, because the other variation, black stone's all on the inside, right? But now black stone is towards the outside, towards the center, where he wants to develop, right? And that is one big difference. The second big difference is that, now if you look at white, right? If white doesn't spend another move over here, then it's gonna be really awkward for white when black Hane. Because literally, I couldn't see how white could continue at this point. Because then, if you just play something like here, where it's this, right? Like, you're not even alive locally, so it's like really painful, right? And if you try to play some strong move over here, then obviously black's got Atari over here, right? So when black plays here, the position is extremely awkward for white. So probably white maybe want to play here, right? But the thing is that the story doesn't end when white play here, because black still has a Suji to play here, and if white blocks, then black can clamp, and if you dare to block over here, then black can just cut you off, right? So if you do this, then this will be really comfortable for white. For black. So this is almost to the point where white doesn't know how to fix its shape. Like, if you play here, then you just got like 5 points, right? And I have such a big influence on the top. So usually when black plays this way, play on the shoulder hit right here, if white chooses to play the variation of like this, it's going to be rather painful for white, right? You can see that this white is really uncomfortable, while black got some influence in the center, right? So next, let's take a look at the variation of white block on the outside. Now this move seems to be strong, right? It's like, if you extend, then I can turn back, right? But the problem with this move is that black can go in like here, and for white, if you dare to Hane, right, then I can just Hane here. And if you want to like really cut me off, then that's not really doable, because there's just too much weakness in white's shape. You just simply cannot kill my two stones. So when black Hane, there's almost no way for white to continue this. Like, there's almost no way, right? So if you play some kind of strong move right here, or right here, then black can just play here, and you can Hane. So although it seems like the position for black is similar to the position if black would have invaded here, right? There's actually a fundamental difference between this variation and the variation of the invasion. Because now, the first difference is that it's black's Sente move right now, so it's black's turn to play, and black can play here to jump, right? And second, there's a cutting point over here. Remember the other variation we saw for the invasion where white attached? White has somewhat of a wall over here, right? But instead, right now, white has a cutting point here. But now, black cannot cut right away because white's move right here, Sente and stuff, right? But black do have like some kind of like really annoying kind of forcing move, like right here, and it's extremely painful for white. So this variation is not that good for white either, right? So the conclusion is that when black has a stone over here, and if white omits to defend, right, then black's shoulder hit right here is really severe, almost beyond toleration for white. So the white probably wants to fix, right? So the white player might just jump out, right? So this jump is definitely better than not jumping, because there's no more shoulder hit for sure, right? But also this jump right here has a tremendous amount of Aji inside, and I'll show you the guys that just in a bit. But when white jump, of course, the biggest move locally would be to play here. Otherwise, this is a really big move for white, right? So this move not only does it develop the top, but also strengthens the stone over here. Now, I just want to make a point that when black make an exchange with white stones over here, right? These two exchange, black profited. Like black already got profit from these two moves. Because although this territory is not solid, but black gained some territory, right? But white didn't gain much, because later on, when black plays here, you know, white still have the exact same territory he started out with. So black already gained benefit by these two exchange. So even if black doesn't continue, these two exchange is still favorable for black. But in this situation, black should continue because this is the biggest move, one of the biggest move at least on the board. So white probably come back to fix, right? So let's now talk about the Aji inside this shape. So for white, you might think that, oh, I jumped, right? I jumped, and I cannot, there's no way you can invade me anymore. But this is actually not true because black actually can still invade. This is tremendously painful for white. Because you might be really, shocked. How can black invade here? I already fixed another move to defend, so I should be perfectly safe, right? Well, not exactly, because this invasion is really hard to deal with. So let's first start off with a simple question. How can white capture the stone? Now let's try a move like here, right? You might think, oh, maybe this move captured because I have a supporting stone over here, right? Now there's various different ways for black to save the stone. For example, black can just extend down, or even this kind of move will probably work too. So this is really hard for white to capture black with a move like this, right? Then for white, you might go like, oh, maybe I can play here, right? Capture black on a bigger in a bigger net. But black also has the extend down, so these two are pretty much miai, so it's kind of hard to stop black from connecting home, right? So now you really start thinking about it, like how can I capture black since these two moves don't work. Well, you could capture black by playing here, right? But that's not the end of it. Black is not just going to throw a stone in here to create some Aji, right? Black's going to do much more than that. So black has a continuation move, which is here. Small knight move. Now, white has to be extra careful with black's move over here. Because if you think it's really obvious that if I play here, black is dead. Because obviously if you push, right, then I can cut you. So black is dead, right? If white thinks so like simple-minded, then there's gonna be an issue because black has a good move to play here, and white really can't stop black from connecting home, right? So that proves that the move here doesn't work. Now how about here? Now, if white plays here, then black is almost captured, but black still has Tetsuji to come. Now, please note that do not just like play here and sacrifice this stone right away, because black can still utilize the stone over here. So let's just say that black from these two exchange, black already benefited because from now these are all sente move, right? And black can play here a sente too. So black already profited, but black can continue to exploit white's position right now. So black can panic. So white has to cut black off, right? So white has to play here. Black could connect if you want. Then white will come back. Black can play here, right? Black could do this if you want, right? But black can even play a stronger move, which is here. Usually this move will be super strong, like really strong, if black has another move over here somewhere. You know how like sometimes you play a move over here to develop the bottom, right? So if black somehow has a stone, like I mean these two look pretty natural for or pretty natural move for developing the side area, right? So if somehow you have a move like over here, right? Then the variation I'm about to show you guys is actually gonna be super severe. But even without a move over here, this move also works. But with the stone here, it's really severe, beyond like imagination. So if let's assume first if you have a stone here, right, you can actually clamp right here. White will go like, what are you doing? I can capture you. But black has a Tsuji. Black can push, and then Atari. So now, can you guys see where the next move for black should be? Yeah, black should extend down. Because when black extend down here, next he create a miai, either going back home this way or going back home this way, right? So white probably has to take, right? And then black come back. As you can see, this move prevented white from capturing black, right? Because white can't really capture this stone. But if white really want to try really hard to capture, black can also let white just capture. Like for example, if white tries to play some stuff and capture, right? Black can just let him capture because his whole group is still under attack, right? No doubt about that. So that's why I said if you have a move over here, this is gonna be so severe that it's beyond toleration for white. But even if you don't have a stone over here, I think my personal opinion is that it's still doable. When white plays here, you can play Atari. Over here, it's probably still doable, just not as strong as it was before. So if white takes, then you can Atari. I mean, white probably has to connect, right? So even if you don't have a stone, a supporting stone over here, it probably still is doable to play this variation. Because white looks so heavy, right? So now if you don't want to play such a harsh sequence on white, because white looks really bad right now, right? So if you don't want to play such a harsh sequence on white, you don't have to, because you can just simply just hane and play here. You already gain enough benefit in this area to be happy, right? But if you really want to make white super mad, then you can play here. Right, you can play here to attack white. Now white is not completely helpless when you play here. White can actually extend down right here, but even if white extend down, white can capture these two, but white is still not alive because black can first play here, right? You block, black connects, you play here, and here. So in this situation, white doesn't only have one eye, so white is actually not alive yet. So that is the reason why the clamp is good, because it prevents white from making two eyes on the spot, right? So if you want to play really strongly and you really want to have a good fight with white, I can by clamping is actually pretty good choice, and it's very powerful to clamp right here, right? But please note that it's usually good to play this variation when you have a stone right here. It's more severe, right? It's more severe. And there will be less damage to your stone over here, right? Because you're much stronger on the top now. So if black clamp, even if white capture you, then white is still not alive. Or again, as I said, if you want to play more safely, more peacefully, you can just connect and play here, right? So as we see that even when white jumped over here, because of a super annoying invasion black has, white is still not safe. So that is very, very amazing, right? So that's why I said, in the beginning that this 3-space extension is not that common anymore. Because once black has a stone over here, then the next move is obviously intolerable for white, right? As we discussed before. But even when white has a stone over here, this invasion is still really annoying for white, right? So because there's so much different algae regarding this area, this situation is actually not as common anymore. White might as well just play, a bigger space, right? A bigger position, because there's going to be Aji in here anyway, right? So that's why a lot of professional players play here. And also this shape is slightly more flexible than the shape over here. But this used to be a really common Joseki, probably more popular. Like when I was learning Go like when I was playing in I think 2007 or 8, this was super popular. Like everyone just automatically played this variation. But actually, like the variations we discussed before, right? It's actually really painful for this to play the 3 space extension right here when black have a stone over here, because there's like literally no, like I couldn't think of a way to defend the position over here, because there's always going to be Aji. So I'm assuming, now I'm not exactly sure, but I'm assuming because of the different Aji with this and Aji with the invasion over here, it's probably one of the reasons why the 3 space extension is not that popular anymore, I guess. So if you guys see someone play play the 3 space extension, right, and if you have a stone over here, you guys can try out the shoulder hit, and later the invasion over here. Now please note that the invasion, like, try not to do it too soon. Like, don't do it in the very beginning. Like maybe in the late in the beginning of middle game, around middle game, right? You can try this out, or try the shoulder hit. I think it's pretty severe and strong. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool to try these moves out. And I'm assuming because of the different weakness, that's one of the reasons why this Joseki isn't as popular anymore. So thank you guys so much for watching the lecture. I hope you guys can learn the different moves black have to punish the area over here, and hopefully can apply to your games too. Thank you very much.